Hello again. I'm going to attach a link to a rather interesting article on WorldNet Daily. Famous Muslim cleric, no sanctity in Islam for Obama's life. And in this, you're going to read what Anjem Choudary has to say. It starts off, during an American radio interview Sunday, radical British Islamic preacher Anjem Choudary spoke about whether the recent attack on two military facilities in Tennessee was justified according to Islamic Sharia law. He says, quote, "One has to have a look at this from the perspective of the reality which is seen coming upon us today in the world, which is the fact that we have an Islamic State," said Choudary. "You have Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, who is the caliph, and of course the order has come from him to attack the interests and the personnel, and in particular the army, of those countries who are at war, in particular America and Britain and France and others. We've seen this before in France, and we've seen this in Tunisia, and now we see this in Tennessee. I think that this is inevitable." End of quote. Anyone that doesn't think that we're at all-out war with the Islamic extremists is delusional. The problem is Obama can't even say the word Islamic extremist, so how can you fight against someone you don't believe even exists? Now, he's asked if, in fact, the United States were to pull out of Iraq and Afghanistan, would that end this madness? And he says, let's say America withdrew from Iraq or Afghanistan, pursued Klein. Let's say America wasn't involved in any war. What then? Now here's what's really frightening. Well, I think definitely the only end game is one day we would want the Sharia to be in command, even in America and in Britain and in China and in Russia and everywhere else, replied Choudary. But in the meantime, the things we would, and what he said was inaudible, including the withdrawal of the Jewish occupation in Palestine, the support of the dictators and tyrants in the Muslim world, the pumping out of their own propaganda and the ideology by either the internet and Hollywood, etc. Now, again, he's also blaming a number of the attacks against the West on the drone attacks and the occupation of Muslim land in Syria and Iraq. Folks, you'd have to be brain dead not to see what their ultimate goal is. He couldn't have said it any clearer than he did. They're not going to stop until Sharia dominates the free world and the not so free world everywhere. And again, when we have the chosen one, Barack Hussein Obama, who can't even say the words Islamic extremists, do you think there's any hope? What happened in Chattanooga, Tennessee is a weather bell of what's going to happen all across America. It's just a matter of time. That's sort of what I think. Read the article. Let me know what you think.